Om Ganganapataye Namah, Sri Guru Namah. The topic is God and the creation. Because God, as we know, it is one substratum principle to which entire thing owes. But this creation and God and make creation and God, are they differentiated? Now, what is that thinking? Because from the materialistic perception, as we know, for a part to be made, there has to be a material and maker and end product part. And then maker is apart from the made, and there is a material clay. That is, it is not like that, because God has to be existing ever present, everywhere present. It has now in the part the maker is not there. In the made in the material also the maker is not there. Three are separate. This won't violate the principle of Godhood. Then next thing is, then material and the maker has to be, then is it could it be like a spider? It is what it is, it's a saliva, it is making that nest, and then it rests there. So here the maker and material are part of it, is welded, is partly, but the spider is resting, and the web is apart. So that is it won't hold good, because then the this also is not sustainable. Suppose then if you go to the dream, the maker made material, dreamer dreamt, and to which it was got to be one. This could be imported from dream, where it is light and play of light. The experiencer knower is light. The emotions are light. The experienced physical are light. Because none other than the God exists. The definition of God is God and God alone. Then it is God in that form, like ocean and waves. The waves cannot be, should not have existence apart from the, if waves, then Godhood to the ocean goes. So then, how is that it is now energy? How is that it is not visible? Because for visible something to be visible, then it has to have the knowledge, and then actually the whatever is perceived, then it should be existing other than the perceiver. So that thing and thing is not feasible, because for everything it is owes to God. Now we will take contrast. Suppose now if we take energy's energy's formations are, example, wood. Now energy is not visible, because it is subtle and energized entities. So we have to do buddhi grahyam atindriyam. Now the wood reminds us it owes to energy. Now energy cannot be seen, but seen owes to energy. That is that kind of a paradox, and it is subtle. Why energy is not visible? Now being subtle, so it is not visible. Similarly, the emotions also, the facilitating, which is facilitating underlying principle, is cannot be seen. Example, light it is flashed to a prism, we know VGR. Now VGR is visible, but the light is the presiding over light is not visible. So that is the governing thing. Now the whatever is projected, that is grosser than the source. The source is grosser. Suppose in a meter scale, meter is there, meter scale, it is centimeter is visible, and then mm is visible. But sub mm means micro, 0.0. So nano, everything sub the mm it is not visible. It is not denied. This is what buddhi grahya atindriyam. It is there, but it is not visible. So God principle cannot be cognized because it is called abhinna nimitta upadana. Nimitta means material cause and knowledge. Both things are mm, are one and same. Both it is one. If it is depending on anything else, it loses its oneness, swatantra. It is it alone. That is the thing. So like that. But then this no, God is awareness. Each one is having awareness. How is that this awareness as He, as He is other than this? Is He now we say that we have to do this the division aware, awarer, and aware of. Is it now we generally present one model of the eye, seer and seen. These two are separate division, but then seen is, but in practical things, as see God has to be one, so he is jnana, and the jada, the formations of God, suppose wood, formations of jnana has to be presided, the presiding principle, underlying principle has to be jnana, like it is, they are not apart, but it has to be subtle uh, state, it has to be comprehended. That's why the Shruti says nityo anityanam chetana achetananam eko bahunam. That is the thing. In jada, in known things there is a knowledge, it is built in. It is in perishable things there it is imperishable. So that is the point. Now it has to be comprehended with logic, with viveka. It cannot be. It is not a grass to be seen. As we have seen, grass, grass is body is seen. It is a measurement, uh, and seen and pervasiveness and subtlety. All this are having a link. Example: the earth is there. Earth is visible, and then the air, okay, we feel, but it is not visible. Further, if we go to the ether, it is it exists. So earth, related to the earth, the vayu pervades and pervasiveness. So vayu is subtle than this earth. If this is meter, that is not denied. It is it is a sub micron. Then the ether, it is further, so the nanometric. So pervasiveness, it pervasiveness, there is a correlation. So like that. So now one thing is this five koshas, whatever say, the gross, subtle, and then the casual. All these are coexist. It is not to be treated as they are separate. They are built in alloyed. But the division has to be subtle, happen. Subtle has to happen, because when we say the kshetrajna also, it is not that kshetrajna has to be apart, because jnana, there is nothing, jnana is all pervading, the jnana is revealing as I am, and I am is very much knowledge only, they are not thing. But the then now take our body. Now body is it is so many trillions of cells. Now we have, I take a needle and prick my my foot. Then there is a sensation which is known to me. I am there. There is I come to the head. Then it is there. Now I am pervading entire thing. My pervasiveness. Whereas physical parts, one is head is and leg. Like that, individual parts they are scattered. But the gross body is grosser, and then slightly next subtle is prana. Prana is pervading head to toe. Prana is head to toe, and then there is a feeling. I am cognizant of this prana and thing, and I am settled than this one, and then I am also aware of the feelings, thoughts, and I have to be settled than the thing. Anything known means one has to the knower thing, and knower one has to be subtle than this one. That's why anoraniya mahato mahiyam. So it is more subtle. Now body compared to body, then prana is subtle. Prana compared to that one, the emotions, the bhavanas are subtle, and the knowledge which is aware of the bhavanas, that is further subtle. So that is the reason. Now we know in the atmosphere so many invisible things are there. There is a limitation for the physical eye. Now suppose during day we know stars are there, it is not visible, but doesn't mean say there are no stars. Stars are there, but it is not visible. So earth is rotating, but for us it is standstill. So that kind of a practical phenomena exists. Though, so Shakti is which is invisible. Shakti Karya, it is visible. Suppose wood or chair, it is visible. Now same way, when we come to the mind, the jnana which is illuminating the mind, with the analogy of light falling, light enabled content of film reel. Downstream, it is all names and forms, and this light, all that owes to the light, but but it surfaces as a names and forms, like light falling on a prism VGR, and VGR is also formations of the light, but light is not visible. Like that, these two coexist. The separation of these kshetrajna vibhaga means is not that physically separating, like a rice mixed with stones small, and we are separating with that filtering mode. That kind of it is. Now rice is separate and these stones are separated. Now here the awareness and aware of the jada and knowledge coexist, like a light in the lit names and forms of the film. They coexist. Now the out of ignorance, the knower of the knower got to built in the known. Now all this thing is the knower is built in the known. It is not that it cannot be separate distinctly. They cannot be placed separated apart. Knower and now the knower is the light, white light in the VBR. VBR is the known, and the light and underlying the light, the source light is the knower, and in fact known exists in knower. Knower include known. Now knower and known cannot be separated from a grossier point of view, and known cannot pollute the knower. No question, because it is enabled, and knower cannot cannot be polluted by get polluted, because there is a distinctly varied. But the parallels to be comprehended is knower and known. These are built in jnana and jada. Now here jnana is I am, and jada is body. Jada is prana. So I pervade the body. I am other than the body. I am aware of it, and I pervade. Not that the I am has to be taken out or anything. I pervade the prana. I am not prana. I pervade the feelings, emotions. I am not feelings, bhavanas, and I am awareness, and I am that awareness is everywhere, and it is one without second. So this division, what all is talked about in philosophy, is only because there is a superimposition. The knower has become the known. Now we have to separate. That separation is not that separation of like that. we have to two components to they have to be separated like rice and this one or any second thing some dal all some it is they are mixed, it has to be separated. The knower is subtle than the known, it pervades, it is beyond, like milk milk